What's up, CEOs? So today we're going to be talking about how to go from being a rep to a dealer smoothly. So this is like the rep to dealer plan after approval. Okay, sneak peek. All right. So join the free dealer group. This is where this video goes down ahead of the YouTube upload, and you can get in on the live video early. You can ask questions and get all the support you need to maximize or take advantage of whatever it is that I'm talking about in the video. All right. So the link for the free dealer group is in the description. Click that so that you can be a part of the group. All right. And like and subscribe to this video. It really does help the video and the group and the channel. Okay, so like and subscribe, let other people know that this kind of information is out there. I'm thinking it's good information because that's what I keep hearing when I talk to people. It's like this is the real plan for being a dealer. All right. So I'm Shamel Leonard, and I offer these live trainings to help you in your car business to succeed. All right. This business takes a lot of money. So you need to succeed. You need to profit, and it needs to be an asset and not a liability. I'm sure you got into this because you had bigger dreams, right? Owning something, being able to have an asset, cashing out on it, making it do what it do. So that's what we do here. All right. And this video is sponsored by Drama Free Licensing. If the roadblock to you getting your own license is the paperwork and the process, then Drama Free Licensing is the done for you service that you need. It transforms the process, the dealer license approval process, into your approved dealer license. We handle the entire application from start to finish so you can do what you do best, okay? Especially as a rep, if you are already buying and selling cars, you busy. So we got you. All right. So how do you go from being a rep to a dealer? This is after you are approved. So I understand that there is a little hesitation because you probably got into being a rep because you were like, well, I could just focus on buying and selling cars. I don't have to worry about running the business, the paperwork, whatever else I need to know, what I'm responsible for, all that stuff. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you're responsible for once you become a dealer so that you can clearly see that it ain't that bad. Okay. That is doable. All right. You can do it. All right. It just takes a little bit of support. And I'm going to tell you where to get that support, in how to run your business. All right. So the first thing is after you are approved, and as a licensed dealer, you can have a dealer management software. Okay. As a rep, you cannot have a dealer management software or a DMS. Okay. Because you got to be a licensed dealer to have one. So you can have a dealer management software, and the dealer management software helps you with the paperwork mainly. I mean, that's why I got the dealer management software. When I first started, I was like, how am I going to, one, keep up with all the people I sell cars to, two, print all the paperwork? Like, I'm not writing names and stuff and trying to figure out what paperwork needs to be every time I sell a car. I'm not writing in VIN numbers, right? Like, how do I do that? So I got a DMS, and that's what your DMS does. You can have all your paperwork in your DMS. You can have your in-state deals, right? In-state cash, in-state finance. You can have your out-of-state uh, print pack, right? Okay, these are my out-of-state forms. If they have an out-of-state driver's license, these are the forms I need, right? So you can just set up the different print packs so that you can very easily pick the situation that it goes with. What if you have a trade-in? The DMS automatically calculates all that. So the DMS by far is the biggest tool to help you to go from a rep to a dealer very easily. And if paperwork is your issue, DMS will handle that. It will also track your income, okay? Because yes, that is another one of your responsibilities, is being able to track your income and your expenses so you can report all that, right? So it will track your income. So DMS, get a DMS. If you're looking for a DMS, comment DMS. I got the best one. I don't, it's not mine, but like I partnered with a really good one. It's the one I use. So I'll give you that DMS. All right. So that's DMS, dealer management software. Number two, you have to learn the taxes tag and title process. Okay, that's gonna be on every car sale. You're gonna have taxes tag and title, or one of the three. All right. So, what I want to tell you about that, like, you just gotta learn that process. I offer the taxes tag and title class so that you can learn that process. You got to process the titles, right? That's where you get in trouble. You got to give them tags so they can drive. You got to make sure it doesn't expire, all that stuff, so you don't have any issues. So, and you got to calculate the taxes. So the DMS does help you with the calculation of the taxes, and depending on who you use to process title, the DMS can integrate with them and help with that too. Okay. So again, DMS will help you even with the taxes tag and title. All right. Any questions? Let me know. DMS, taxes tag and title. Taxes tag and title is where we've been so far. All right. So number three, after approval, your doc fee, okay, or dealer fee. Some people say dealer fee, but it's a doc fee. Your doc fee, decide on your doc fee. There are certain limits for different states, but your doc fee is going to help you cover those little extra things that can eat into your profit. So I know, again, like being a rep, you don't have to worry about all them little extra expenses. But as a dealer, and you got all them extra expenses, it's all of a sudden not looking so great being a dealer, right? If you're eating all that, now that same car is costing you money. Like, that don't sound right. Right? Well, it's because it's not right. That's why there's a doc fee. Okay. And you can charge for certain things. And again, different states allow you to charge for certain things in that doc fee. But you can cover the cost of paper, the cost of ink, the cost of the tag, all those things. Doc fee. Okay. So decide on your doc fee. All right. Four, add your lenders and learn how to pre-qualify buyers. All right. You can start financing once you are your own dealer. So do that, because we're in a finance economy and you're going to sell more cars if you offer financing. So offering financing is not where it ends. Okay. I do wish offering financing was, just as simple as that, but you do need to pre-qualify them. And then you can send them on to the finance company that you work with, right? Because you want the deal to be a good deal. You want it to be funded. You don't want it to be any issues. You don't want your check to be held up, right? So you have to protect that, protect your profit by pre-qualifying your buyers. And if you're like, well, how do I do that? I have the finance bootcamp, which will show you how to pre-qualify your buyers and how to use your financing in your business and what you need to do. All right. Financing is going to be great for you. It was this well, I don't want to say single, because there were a couple of things that really helped me in the beginning when I first found out, but financing was one of them. All right. So finance your buyers. Number five is service contracts and AKA warranties. Okay, so service contracts. Oh, about the financing, you might need a finance license in your state. If you do join Drama Free Licensing, the VIP process covers completing the finance license for you. Okay, because we know you have to finance, so we complete that for you. All right, so if you need a finance license in your state, and you're using Drama Free Licensing to get your license, then we will handle that for you. All right. Speaking specifically to my Florida dealers, because a lot of Florida dealers come and Florida needs a finance license. So does Texas. Okay. Just so you know. All right. So I was on warranties, service contracts. I gotta teach myself to say service contracts, but service contracts. See, I was about to say warranties again, but you get the point. You can offer those, right? You have to sign up with a company to offer those. If you have a shop, then you can actually be the one to service the vehicles and get paid from the warranty company, service contract company. Okay, so that's extra income. All right, for all my shop owners, I've been getting a lot of shop owners lately who want me to help make their shop legit and start their dealership at the shop. Okay, so If you have a shop, that's a way for some more income, revenue stream. Okay, hello. It's called reinsurance. Just so you know, if you want to do it on your own, it's called reinsurance. Okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. The service contracts, you can offer those. You just have to set it up. There is, in the DMS that I recommend, there is a direct connect to a really good service contract company. A good service contract company is going to be one that pays out on the repairs. Okay, so you don't want your customer buying a service contract and then they need to use it and then they can't use it because they say we don't pay that or whatever, right? That just don't look good. It don't feel good. Now your customers still didn't, and now they feel ripped off, and now that you got to hear all that. You don't want that. That's not a good partner for you. You want somebody who is paying out on their service contracts. Okay, so there's a really good one in the DMS that I recommend. All right, so that's service contracts. Also, though, offering service contracts in certain states does require a license, okay? And another application, all right? Some more paperwork. So again, if you are a drama free licensing VIP, we handle that for you. So then you can be able to offer service contracts, all right? So service contract. Service contracts is also where you get your back end profit because you can charge for your service contracts. Well, you do charge, and then you can add a fee to manage the process, right? Because what's going to happen is your customer, when something happens, they're not going to remember they got that service contract. They're calling you. They are calling you and they're saying, "Yo, something happened. Fix it." And then you're going to say, "This is how you fix it." All right. That does warrant like some kind of compensation. So compensate yourself for that time and attention that you give your customer by adding that to your service contract. Okay, because anything that costs you time costs you money. All right, so service contracts is another way, that another revenue potential in your own dealership or with your own license. All right, CEOs. um Okay, so that's service contracts. Let me know if there are any questions. I feel like I'm going through these fast, but anyway, let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Let me know. Let me know. All right. So the next thing, six, spend only from your business account. All right. So now that you have your own business, like legit business, yes, you do need to track your income. That's what your DMS is for. You also need to track your expenses. That's what your business bank account is for. Okay. But if you're spending from your personal account, cash, all these different places, when it comes time to calculate your expenses, it's going to be inaccurate and you're going to actually be losing write-offs. That's, if you don't know how much you spent, you're not now able to maximize your write-offs. You maximize your write-offs by knowing exactly what it is you spent, right? And the only way you can do that is by spending it in one place. Now, I know commingling funds is difficult, especially not commingling funds is difficult when you're a small business, because one account might not have enough money and the other account does. And, I get it. Look, I have been there. All right. But you have to figure out a system where everything goes through your business bank account. And, I help you with that kind of system in the $1 Million Dealer Club, okay? Which is also included in your drama free licensing VIP membership or subscription. Well, it's not really a subscription, but when you join drama free licensing VIP, it's included. So I show you how to manage your business bank accounts, because I recommend you actually have several. So you're going to have one that's your operations account, which doesn't hold any money unless you put money in it for paying bills, right? Then you have your taxes account for your customers when they give you the money for the taxes for their vehicle. You have that in that account so that if whatever title service you're using directly debits, then it's not debiting the money for your rent or for your anything else, right? So you have that account. Then you also have your floor plan account. So if you have a floor plan, oh, I didn't even put floor plan on there. Look, that's a good one. I'm gonna talk about that next. So if you have a floor plan, then you want to give them their own account because they will come in and get your money. And you do, again, you do not want that money to affect anything else or that debit to affect anything else. So it has to have its own account and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. I go through the money management system for dealers in the Million Dollar Dealer Club, and that comes with drama free licensing. Okay. So, yes, track your expenses and filing your taxes for your business at the end of the year. I know it seems real complex and it can be, but at the very beginning of it, it's just knowing how much money came in and how much money went out. Okay. And then knowing it with the money that came in, where all did it come from? Okay. You had money from car sales, right? Then you had money from the warranty, or you had money from whatever, right? Knowing exactly what the income source was. And then for your expenses, knowing exactly who received your money, right? Okay, this was all money I spent on marketing. This was all money I spent on contractors, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, that's at the very basic of filing your taxes. I'm not a CPA. Look, disclaimer, I'm not a CPA. This is for entertainment purposes only, right? But I'm just saying what I do. Okay, that's the very basic. And if you hire a CPA or hire anybody, first thing they're gonna ask you is, do you have your numbers? Do you have your income? Do you have your expenses? So beat them to the punch. Already have that. Okay. So that was number 6. Okay, so number 7 is floor plan. Yes, after you are a dealer, you can have a floor plan. Okay, so transition from a rep to a dealer. Now you're using your floor plan at the auction to purchase. It's easy, right? Because it's like already charged. You get your gate pass and you out with your car. And then they handle the title. And if you have any title issues with the auction, you have a friend in them, right? Well, they're not really a friend, but they have an interest in that car. So if you have a complaint, they want to solve it. Okay. So, yeah, you can sick them on the auction. Like, look, help me get my title. What's up? Right. So floor plan is really great, a really great option after you are a dealer. You just have to be careful how you manage it. All right. Be careful how you manage it. Make sure you're only spending money on cars that are affordable cars if you're an affordable car dealer. All right. So floor plan. Okay. Get your floor plan. And then number 8, okay, is set your revenue goals. Now you have overhead. Okay. And I know you were a little afraid of the overhead, right? But you don't have to be afraid of the overhead if you make enough money. So plan to make enough money. Know what enough money is, right? You need money to take home to your household. So you need to include that. You need money to operate your dealership. So you need to include that. You need money for for marketing, advertising for your team. You need to what you need money for, right? What calculate it so you can cover it. Plan to cover it. Intention is so powerful. Plan to cover it. Okay. And then you'll have it covered. All right. I cannot tell you how many times my intention of just planning to get something done or to cover something or to pay something has made me pay it. Okay. Has made the money come in, has made the sale happen, has made it work out for me. Okay. So have the intention just to make the money, but you don't know, like, if you don't know how much money you need to make, you're not going to make it. So know how much you need to make it, and then you'll be better off from it. All right, CEOs. So this is for my reps who are already flipping cars and are having some issues with their dealer. Maybe titles are slow. Maybe you want to offer financing. Maybe they got locked out of the auction and it's affecting your business. And you're like, look, I got a good thing going. Maybe I need to get my own license and do my own thing. And if that's you, then this is what it looks like after approval. Before approval, get with Drama Free Licensing to handle the paperwork so you can continue buying and selling cars as a rep to have that money coming in while you're going through the process. Like, to be honest, that's a really good plan, right? Because yes, it is great to be able to replace the money you're spending while you're spending it, right? And to have something that's your CEO, okay? So I don't know why this story keeps coming to mind, but uh, I keep getting the push to tell you that I have jumped out of a plane before. Okay, I have done that, and it is scary. All right, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't scared when I was thinking about it. I was like hyped up. I was like, yeah, So this might be you before you become a dealer. You're like, or before you make the switch, you're like, yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. All the things I'm gonna be able to do. That was me before I got into that plane to jump out of it. And then once I got into the plane, I was like, oh my God, what was I thinking? This is scary. This is horrible. What is happening? Oh my God. And then when they opened that door for us to jump out, I was like, oh my goodness, how do I back out of this? What was I thinking? See, this is crazy. And then actually jumping out, I was like, I cannot believe I'm doing this. But once I was out, oh my goodness, was it such a great feeling? Was it such a beautiful thing? I was so proud of myself. The stuff that was going on inside of me was amazing, because they say, all your chemicals start reacting, the adrenaline and all that. And then landing, I was on such a high that I could not believe it, a natural high. I could not believe it. I could not believe that I was so afraid when it was over. Okay. And I'm telling you this story because it may be scary, right? It may be scary, but at the end, it may be worth it. Okay. Just like jumping out that plane was. All right, CEO. So I am always praying for your success, but you do have to do the work. If you are feeling called to get your own license, grow your business, hold inventory so that you can join this family of dealers so that we can have inventory available for people looking for affordable cars, okay? And I can market them for you. Then get licensed because I cannot have reps listed on the platform and market to them because that's not stable enough for buyers, right? For the buyers, for the system that I want to set up for the buyers. Okay. You have to be your own dealer. You have to hold inventory. And if that's you, you want to be that, join the family of dealers. Okay. Get you some car sales thrown your way. Okay. Just for being a part of the network, then get licensed, utilize drama free licensing. We'll handle everything for you, and you'll be positioned to make a lot of money in this economy. All right, CEOs. So be blessed. How do you start, huh? Schedule a strategy call, okay? Your strategy call is the first step, okay? You're going to need about $5,000 for the licensing process. It's a little less in certain states, a little more, I guess, in certain other states, but around $5,000 will cover your all the extra fees and the fee for us to make it all happen for you. All right. And if you don't have the money and you want to see if you're fundable, then schedule a safe pre-qualification call so we can get you the money to start your business. But if you're already flipping cars and you got the money and you're like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I want my own license. I'm tired of all these issues. I hate not being able to offer financing or whatever it is you are saying. Then schedule your strategy call so we can go through your licensing plan. I can look at where you are, what kind of place you can get, and also what your requirements are and how quickly we can get through them. Okay, schedule your strategy call and we'll get you started with drama free licensing. All right, CEOs. So strategy call or safe pre-qualification call. Strategy call if you got the five, uh, pre-qualification call if you don't. All right, CEOs, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next training. All right, these shirts look good. I'm gonna have to get some of these for my dealership, like with a little collar. I like these. Okay, let me know too, like if you wear shirts for your dealership. But yeah, I'm stepping up my professionalism. I like these. All right, CEOs, be blessed. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to getting you approved. We are getting people approved in record time. Look, Georgia, we got somebody approved in 2 weeks. That is a record, all right, recently. Okay, so I look forward to that being you. All right, CEOs, bye.